Okay, in this video I'm going to explain a common mistake made by commissioners that causes problems for the waiver wire, particularly in week 1, and hopefully how to remedy the situation so that the waiver wire goes smoothly for your league. So in this case, I am logged in as commissioner of my league, and we decided to do our draft offline. So we're going to manually add the players to the teams since the draft is done. So I'm going to log in here. I'm in as commissioner, and I'm going to go to Teams, Add Drop Players, because I'm going to manually add the players to Dave's team. So Dave has a 14-team roster, so I'm going to pretend like we did a draft, and I'm going to put the players that Dave drafted on his team. So I'm just going to pick some players here, a couple quarterbacks, 3 running backs, just randomly picking them. Say 4 receivers. Couple tight ends, couple kickers. We use team kickers, so you see team names. And let's pick a defense. Okay, so I've filled out Dave's team. I've put the players on Dave's roster, and I'm about to save this roster. And I'm going to make a big mistake because right here is a toggle asking if you want to make these transactions official. It's on by default. What I should be doing is turning it off so that these are not official transactions and it does not count against Dave's transaction count. But I'm not going to see this toggle, and I'm going to save Dave's roster in all 14 transactions in one shot. So here you see I've added all these players to Dave's roster, and I'll say OK. And so what has happened now is we've just made 14 transactions against Dave's team. And this is going to be a problem later. Why? Because if I go to Commissioner Manage League and I look at my free agent setup, I have said in our league that the maximum total number of free agents an owner can acquire each fantasy week is 3. Well, I just acquired 14 players for Dave and I didn't make it unofficial. In addition, Dave can only have 20 free agent transactions, acquisitions the entire year. So he's only got 6 left for the rest of the year. Again, because I said they were official transactions, they officially count against Dave's transaction count. So what does that mean? Well, we have a waiver wire that's coming up. And if I switch over to Dave's team, here I'm logged in as Dave's team. I want to do a waiver wire move. Maybe I didn't like the defense I picked up and I want to replace that defense, or the kicker got hurt or whatever. Well, if I go to Team Waiver Wire for Dave, I get this message that says your team already has 14 official transactions for week 1 and your limit is 3. So Dave is stuck. He cannot make any waiver wire moves. He's stuck with his roster. So Dave gets upset. He calls the commissioner. The commissioner says, I don't know what happened, and the commissioner calls RT Sports, and we have to try to explain to the commissioner what he's done. So in this video right now, I'm going to remedy this situation. What the commissioner can do, and I'm going to go back here as commissioner. What the commissioner can do is go under Commissioner Transactions, and here he sees a list of all the transactions. And here's Dave's team by default, and here's the 14 acquisitions that I just did by placing those players on Dave's team. If I check these boxes, all 14 of them, one at a time, I can make these unofficial transactions. So I get a message that the transactions are now unofficial and also will not count against the league fees. And that's also important because in our league, under league fees, we say that each player acquired costs $1. So when I put those 14 players on Dave's team and made it an official transaction, it was $14 against Dave's league fees. And now that I made it unofficial, Dave won't owe anything for my actions. More importantly, if I go back to Dave's team now and I go back to this waiver wire page, let me refresh it. Now Dave can make a claim and pick up players because Dave's no longer at his transaction limit. So if you see this problem, if an owner calls a commissioner and says, hey, I got this message that I can't make any claims because I'm at my transaction limit, this is how you fix it. If you have any questions, give us a call at 636 447-1170.